For most of the 20th century, Burlington, North Carolina was synonymous with textiles. When manufacturing moved overseas, jobs left, and in their place came crime, poverty, and hunger. Now one Burlington native has made it his mission to better his hometown, starting with the kids. These are some of the children of downtown Burlington. Many of them are being looked after by a pastor at a small but active church, an owner of 2 businesses catering to those in need, and a mechanic at an auto repair shop. And it's not 3 different people. How do you do it all?
I can't sit down. I gotta stay busy. I'm a pacing type person.
This is Gene Cates.
I have a heart for the streets. Most of my ministry is in the streets. I work with teenagers. I work with elderly. Mainly, we work with young people.
The empty storefronts and rundown houses in downtown Burlington leave little for kids to do, causing many to turn to dangerous methods to occupy their time.
When I first took my church down here on Trondheim Street, I mainly came here to help with kids and to build up this neighborhood back up because the neighborhood had gotten real drug infested.
Gene opened Westside Arcade and Game Room in 2010 to give the kids a safe haven. That same year, he opened Hope Chest Thrift Store to clothe the people of Burlington. The area surrounding the arcade on West Trollinger Street is special to Gene. He grew up only a block away, and with him was Burlington police officer Jackie Sheffield, who patrolled the area.
He didn't want to be in trouble. He tried to stay away from it and stay out of it. So he was a good kid.
What was some of the crime that you could kind of see in that area if you ever drove through there?
Oh, drugs. People who were involved in break-ins lived in that area. Just unsavory things going on.
While the street was safe during Gene's childhood, he didn't find it in the same condition when he returned to Burlington 5 years ago from a nearby town. When Jackie heard Gene wanted to return, she was surprised.
When Gene got older and he became a minister, he said, I want to go back. I want to stay here. This is where I want to work because this is where I grew up and I want to make it better. And I went, okay. And he works at it every day.
13-year-old Brittany Ann Lankamdang is Gene's niece and has been going to Westside Arcade since its opening. She's seen the game room work as an escape from the streets. Do you think kids feel safer here in the community with Gene?
Yeah, because he's a pastor and all, and he knows that nothing's going to happen to these kids as long as he's here.
In fact, crime in the area has dropped. In 2012, 27 incidents were reported around the Trollinger Street area. In 2014, only 11. Some of the improvements have come with a partnership with the Burlington PD and U.S. Justice Department called the Weed and Seed Program, aimed at reducing violent crime, drug abuse, and gang activity in high-crime neighborhoods.
And what we try to do is to get the children not to be afraid of the officers. In schools and gangs and everything we have around here, they're being taught, stay away from Papa, stay away from Papa. But what we try to teach them is no, they're your friends. They're there to help you. Don't worry.
Though police have made efforts to stamp down the drug trade, Gene says drugs, specifically cocaine and marijuana, are not hard for teenagers to come by. What is the overall mission of the Westside Arcade?
The overall mission of the Westside Arcade is to see children graduate high school. What they're seeing now is they're seeing drugs, they're seeing violence, they're seeing gangs. They need to see who they are. They don't need to see who somebody else is. And that's what it is discover who you are.
The arcade itself has not been unscathed. Water issues, broken windows, and renters that never paid bills have all caused Gene to stall. But he's persevered. Why should he trust people again, though? Because he's been bitten so many times by this neighborhood.
Have no idea. It's just his faith. He believes it'll be better, and eventually it's going to be the picture he wants.
And since he felt the calling to return to his hometown, it's easy to see Gene's made an impact. High schooler Robert Wallace started going to Westside Arcade a year ago, and now feels like he is part of the community.
The favorite part, I would have to say, just nights like this where we all come together.
Helping Gene with the kids is his wife Julie, who oversees the thrift store and runs the youth ministry at Freedom Fellowship Church. Julie says change was hard to come by in the beginning.
I kind of wanted to give up on it because it was nothing for us to go out on Sunday mornings and our kids who were like 7 or 8 years old would come back in here with just little bags of cocaine, laying out here in the the churchyard.
And though the cocaine is no longer found at the churchyard, other problems still exist. With 17% of adults and 27% of children food insecure in Alamance County, home to Burlington, the couple began hosting block parties in order to feed the neighborhood and show others how it's improved. It was at one of those events that a new partnership would pave the way. It came from an unexpected and loud group. Misfits is a Burlington motorcycle club focusing on ending child abuse in Alamance County. Jeff Turbeville, who started going by the nickname Clean after he kicked his drug habit, is the president of Misfits.
He puts everybody before himself. He was feeding people at his church. He was the very last person to get in line. It didn't matter. He won't go. He'll make sure every single person in the neighborhood is fed before he eats.
And with a quarter of Alamance County children living in poverty, 4% higher than the national average, it's important for the kids to have somewhere to turn. Do you think he's giving them an opportunity to do that now, to make it out of this neighborhood, to go on to bigger and better things?
If they make any effort at all, he's there. He's helping, he's pushing, yes.
In order to distract the kids from the problems within the neighborhood, Gene is letting them invest in the arcade, one picture at a time. And you say that all this on the walls is from the kids that come here?
Yeah, everything you see in here, from all the way around the walls to even on the outside, teenagers, kids came in and did.
This kind of expression is what Gene wants the arcade to inspire, as well as provide a shelter from the streets. He says the changes in the community have been drastic. Compare it from then to now, because it seems like night and day from what it was.
It's completely night and day. We still have some problems. I mean, that's you ain't gonna clear it all out. It's gonna come back and forth. But now the kids don't feel scared to walk up and down the streets.
At one Saturday night event, the arcade was filled with dozens of Burlington children and the Misfits. The safety the arcade provides doesn't go unnoticed by the parents. While Janet Faust is at work across the street, her son KJ goes to the arcade almost every day.
I've been here all this week.
How long have you been here today?
More than 8 hours.
Son KJ comes here a lot. Why does he feel so comfortable coming over here, and why are you so comfortable coming over here?
He can come over here. He loves playing the games, basketball, and I know he's safe when he's here. I've been here, like I said, 10 years this past Monday, and I feel safe here. I'm here sometimes late, and lots of times Pastor Gene is still over here.
These feelings are reciprocated beyond his neighbors and family.
He is my savior. I can say that.
You truly believe that?
I truly believe Gene is my savior.
What do you think the streets of Burlington could look like just over the years with more and more of Gene's impact?
I think if more people would do like Gene would do, that we would have one of the best cities in the state of North Carolina.
Short term, Gene just wants the kids to have a place to go, away from the poverty and drugs. How does that make you feel to know that you've had such a big impact in this community that you grew up in, that now, you know, the streets are getting cleaner just from your presence being here?
It's a great feeling, but it's also a feeling that you try to look at and say, well, we all did it together. From the smallest kid to the oldest adult, we all did it together.